Hey everybody, it's Dakota. Today's flow is all about yoga for men. So for most of the guys who join my yoga classes, I've noticed a theme that we've seemed to be tight in the upper back, the upper trap area, and I really think that's just how we hold ourselves. And we're also tight in our groins mostly, and I think that's just like, you know, our physical structure of our body, just how it is. So we're going to target those areas mostly, but again, obviously it's different for everyone. Everyone has different tightness, but that's what we're going to mainly focus on. So I hope you enjoy this flow. We're going to hop into tabletop right away. And we're going to start again with that upper back and trap area. So we're just going to warm up the upper spine. So let's do some cat-cow first, just 2 rounds. So inhale, drop the belly button, pull the chest forward. And then exhale, curl and round. Really press through the hands. One more. Inhale, opening the front body. And then exhale, really protract the shoulders and scapula. Open up the back. Great. Inhale, neutral spine. Just go side to side a couple times. Give a little J shape, a little side stretch. And when you're done getting a couple both sides, we're going to do some chest circles. So with the chest, we're just going to draw some circles with it this way, and then we're going to go forward and back. So first, let's inhale, round the chest at the bottom, and then exhale, round at the top. Inhale, bottom. Exhale, top. One more this way. Inhale. Exhale. And then switch directions. Inhale at the bottom. Really just feeling the scapula open up. And if you have some tightness, maybe in the trap area, just sort of lubricating it, giving some mobility. Last circle. Awesome. Find a neutral spine. We're just going to go forward and back now. So inhale, really protract and lean forward. Exhale, drop the chest down, lean back. Inhale, going forward. Exhale, down and back. One more this way. Inhale. Exhale. Switch directions. Inhale. So by now you should feel a little bit of warmth in the shoulders, the scapula. One last circle. Great. Once you find that last circle, we're just going to switch the hands over. Point the fingers towards your knees. Your thumbs are hanging outside the mat. Just lean back a little bit here. So get a little stretch in the hands, and I want you to not stretch it, overstretch it, but come to where you feel that 7% range, and then press into the fingertips, press into the knuckles, and pause. So make it an active stretch. One more breath. Great. And go ahead and shake it out. Point your fingers back forward, and we're going to lean over our fingers this time. So same thing. Find your 70%, and then press through the fingers, the knuckles, all parts of the hands. One breath. Awesome. Coming on back. Let's curl in the toes, send the hips up and back into our first down dog. Just pedal it out first. So pausing. Maybe shake out the shoulders, the hips, and the neck. And we're just going to pause here for a couple breaths. Finding a still down dog if you're ready. Just sending the hips up and away from the hands. One more breath. I hope you enjoy that chaos going outside. Spending the next couple months in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. And yeah, there's a lot of commotion outside, but hey, that's all part of the process. Just enjoying it. Enjoying the liveliness of the city. I'm loving it. So let's gaze between the hands, jumper step to the top of the mat. We're just going to inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward. As we inhale, let's stand up all the way, reaching as high as you can. And then exhale, fold forward. We're going to do one sun A. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, down dog. Wonderful. Inhale, roll into your plank pose. We're going to do 5 chaturangas just to warm up the body before we start doing our sun Bs. So exhale, lean forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, press yourself back up. That's 1. We're going to do 5. Exhale, lean down. Inhale, press it up. That's 2. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We got one last one. Exhale. Can we pause at the bottom? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press it back up. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Gaze between the hands. Jump, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Let's inhale, stand up all the way, reaching high. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Inhale, right foot reaches up. As you exhale, step that foot down in between the hands. We're going to inhale into a lunge pose here, and we're going to pause. Having some mic issues today, as always. It's okay though. So we're holding this lunge pose for a couple breaths. Just getting warm here. And on your next exhale, let's open up to warrior two. So we're opening up to the left, and we keep that right knee going directly over that big toe. So you can still see that right big toe. Holding 2 breaths. Awesome. Flip this right hand. Inhale, reverse this pose. Right hand reach the ceiling. 2 breaths. Get long. From the right hip to right hand. One more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lean forward, float into a half moon pose. So usually you bring your hand down about forward and to the right of the foot. If you need a block, that's great. Use it. But if not, maybe you can bring this right hand off the ground as well. Give it a little balance here. Just 2 breaths. On your next exhale, hands to heart center, warrior 3. So pause here, 2 breaths. Chest is lifting up, kicking that left foot back firm. And we're gonna inhale, come up into mountain pose. Woo. I'm gonna twist towards you. We're in mountain pose right now. Left knee stays bent. Right hand comes to the right hip. Let's bring the left hand to that knee. Woo. Don't lose your balance here. So hug it in. We're gonna bring this knee to the left. So once you're here, we're pausing and breathing. So right away, you might feel a little groin stretch. No, I do. Just keep it open. Almost act as if you're pulling this right hip away from the left knee. Great. Bring it back to the center. Right hand comes to the left knee now. And we gaze to the back of the room. So maybe you change your gaze all the way to the back. It's the trickiest part. I'm looking at a mirror. This is awkward. One more breath. Then we come back to the front. Inhale, reach both hands up, mountain pose. Then we exhale, kick that left foot back, warrior 3. Inhale, drop it down slowly, lunge pose. Exhale, take your chaturanga. As you inhale, press it up, push all the way up. And then exhale, chaturanga again. Inhaling up, dog. Exhaling, down dog. Left side, inhale, reach the foot up. As you exhale, step it down between the hands. When we come up into our lunge, find a couple breaths here. Your hips are square. Just feeling the legs get warmer every time you come into these warrior poses. So on your next exhale, open to the right. Warrior 2. 2 breaths, gazing at that left middle finger. Find some stillness here. Feels good. Flip the left hand. Inhale, reverse it. Maybe reach this left hand up. Maybe sneak this right hand to the left hip crease. Drop it down more. One more inhale. We got half moon pose on this side. As you exhale, lean forward. Float to that block maybe. Or you float, keep your hand off the ground. Up to you. Try to stack this right hip on top of the left hip. Opening up this left groin to the side of the room. One more breath here. And as you exhale, warrior 3, nice and steadily. 2 breaths here. Strong left leg. Feel a nice little hamstring stretch. Great, inhale, come up into your mountain pose. So take your time. Once you're here, right hand to right knee, left hand to left hip. Open up to the right. So again, this might feel a little stretch. I don't feel a stretch here, but a lot of people do. We're gonna have straight leg here in a moment. So just feel it here, maybe open up this left hip. Great, bring it back to the center. Inhaling, oh, can't forget the twist. Left hand to knee. And we twist to the right. So this one's harder for balance, of course. Keep a steady gaze that's comfortable with you. Maybe for your last breath, gaze back. I'm gonna smile at myself at this mirror. Great, inhale, come back to the front mountain pose. Exhale, kick that foot back slowly, warrior three. Drop it down, inhale, lunge pose. Exhale, take your chaturanga. As you inhale, we're pressing up. Exhale, chaturanga. And then inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Feeling warm now. Shake it out. Do what you need. Hopping into your body. We're gonna pick up the pace here. So now this next flow is gonna be a little bit more intense stretching for the the groin area. Just doing the best you can as always. So let's gaze between the hands, jumper step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up all the way. Reaching high, spine is straight. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Use that low back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right foot reaches up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step it down in between the hands. We inhale, come into our lunge pose. And we exhale, twist to the right. 2 breaths here. So stay deep into this right knee. Keep the chest above the hips. And then we inhale, reverse it. Reach the left hand up. So you feel this left side body from that left hip, the left hand get long. 1 more inhale. Great. I'm going to challenge you on your next exhale. Can we float forward into a twisted half moon? It's a tricky one. So using the block, using the hand as needed. Trying to really rotate the chest to the right side of the room. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. Warrior 3, 2 breaths. Find that steady gaze that works with you. And as you inhale, we're coming up into our mountain pose. So this time, we're gonna bring the right hand to right hip and bring the left hand. If you need the knee, grab the knee. But if you can, grab the big toe and straighten out the leg. Keep the chest up. 1 breath here. And we're bringing it to the side. So this is the nice little groin stretch, balancing pose. So hold it here. Again, use this right hip. Keep opening. 1 more breath. And then we bring it back to the center. Switching hands. Right hand grabs the left foot. Twist to the left. So this tricky one. Change the gaze to the back of the room. I'm gonna smile at myself. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back to the front. Keep the legs straight if you can. And then exhale, slowly send it back. Warrior 3. Inhale, drop it down. Lunge pose. Exhale, take your vinyasa. We go chaturanga first. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Inhale, left foot reaches high. Exhale, step it down for lunge pose. We come up, inhaling into lunge. Exhale, twist to the left. Pause here, 2 breaths. Stay deep in the left knee. Chest is over the hips. A lot of times people want to lean forward here. Flip the right hand, reverse it. Oh yes. It's probably one of my favorite poses. You feel that nice stretch in that right hip, right psoas. 1 more inhale. Exhale, we're floating into our half moon. I got a short mat, got to stay in the frame here. So float forward. When you're ready, I'm using this right hand just a little bit to open up my chest to the side. 1 more breath. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Warrior 3, 2 breaths. Keep steady gaze, keep your concentration going here. Keep that connection, all these balancing poses, it helps so much. Inhale, mountain pose. Pause here. Left hand to left hip. Right hand to knee or the big toe. We straighten it out first. Just pause and breathe. Find your gaze. When you're ready, bring it to the right. Gotta love it. If you want to challenge yourself, I didn't bring it up on the left side, but gaze to the left here. Oh, as soon as I do it, I lost it. But yeah, 1 more breath here. Maybe gazing to the left, it's harder for balance. And then bring it back to the center. Switch hands, left hand to the foot now. Twist to the right. Keep the chest up. Maybe you slowly turn your gaze to the back of the room for your last breath. Feeling warm now. Slowly come back to the front. Keep the legs straight. Inhale, reach both hands up. And as you exhale, send that foot back slowly. Warrior 3. Inhale, drop it down. Reaching up, lunge pose. And then exhale, take your vinyasa. We go chaturanga, exhale. Press it up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Whew, feeling good. Shake it out or stay still. 2 breaths to yourself. I know I'm a lot warmer through the legs now. I'm sweating a good bit. Hope you are too. So let's bring this right foot, step it in between the hands, and walk your hands to the side, or just whatever faces you towards the camera, into this wide-legged stance like so. We're gonna inhale, drop the belly button, halfway lift up, reach those chests forward, and then exhale, fold forward here. So I like to point my big toes slightly inward here. Maybe walk the hands underneath through the legs, just aiding in your forward fold. Finding 2 more breaths. Keep the lower navel tucked in. Keep that breath going. Maybe Ujjayi breath with you. Keep that internal connection with yourself, your practice today. It's not all about the physical poses. It's about how you connect to the poses. So let's inhale, halfway lift up here. Let's point the left toes out. And exhale, come onto the left side. So my knee is going directly over that big toe. In one straight line to protect my knee. I'm engaging my right foot over here. So you could be up here at this pose. You could be off the heel. So there's going to be variations to this to work with. Just find something to where you can drop this right hip down. You feel this nice stretch in this right groin inside that right knee. So you might pause here. We have options. You just pause here with your hands down, or using any sort of, taking some weight off your legs if you need to. But if you can, bring your hands up. We're gonna reach this left arm forward and wrap it around this left leg. Right hand reaches behind us, and we're gonna take a bind. So reaching up, gazing over this right shoulder, trying to open up my chest, but at the same time, I'm dropping this right hip crease down, reaching my right heel that way. So straight away from me, getting long in the right hamstring. 1 more breath. Slowly let go of the bind if you had it. Hands back in front, inhale, halfway lift. Point the right toe out, exhale, come to the right side. Take your time here. And it's always gonna feel different on both sides. I've had students be able to drop the heel on one side, but not the other. Just find where you're good. Take a second here, notice the stretch. If you're good, you can continue. Find a bind maybe, find a little forward fold, just whatever variation of this pose that works with your body. Again, just giving some love to that left groin. It's a very dynamic pose. 1 more breath. Great, slowly let go of the bind if you had it. Hands back in front, inhale, halfway lift. And what we're gonna do here is exhale, either fold forward, enjoying another forward fold. But if you want to, if you had a headstand practice, really recommend dropping the crown of the head down, coming to a headstand, or maybe even a forearm stand or a handstand. So whatever you're trying to do today, I'm gonna give you some time. We're gonna find 10 breaths. So I'm gonna try a handstand. I'm gonna press it up. Whenever you're ready, we got 10 breaths. So at your own pace, come into your inversion, and we're holding. Got 8 more breaths left. Just a nice inversion that works for your practice today. And again, it's just another balancing pose, but inversions really bring us into the present moment. It makes us concentrate so much on the little smallest details of holding your balance, homeostasis. Got about 4 more breaths. I'm not really counting now, I'm just, here for the ride. So wherever you're at, hold it firmly, keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Find 1 last inhale, and we're gonna slowly come down as you exhale. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, walk back to that front leg, whatever is your front leg, maybe your right or left. We're gonna take a vinyasa, so exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good stuff, last down dog of the day. Well, of this flow, maybe not of the day. So shake it out here, and then find a still breath or two. Really press with the hands, dropping the belly button through the thighs, reaching this tailbone away from your hands, getting a long spine. One more breath. Feels good. From here, we're gonna gaze forward, jumper step through your hands. We're gonna come to a seated pose. Bring the feet out in front, about a foot from your hip bones. Hands behind you, about a foot from your hip bones, fingers pointing towards you. On your inhale, lift the hips up. It's optional to drop your head back. Finding 5 breaths here. Upward plank, one of my favorite poses to do. Just, again, such a versatile pose, a dynamic pose that opens up so much. It really doesn't take much effort. Finding one more breath here. As you exhale, slowly come down. Lie down onto your back. Just hug your knees into your heart first. Rock left and right. So we're going to do a shoulder stand sequence here, which is great. We got a few poses from it. So whenever you're ready, I like to give a little arch in my back here. Wiggle my elbows very close to me to where my elbows are underneath me, kinda. So whenever you're ready, you kick your legs up, you reach your hips up, and your hands come to the middle of the back. So you want to try not to be at the low back. You want to be up high as you can. Getting that straight line. We're going to hold this for 5 more breaths. So maybe you keep your hands and elbows there for support. If it's in your practice, maybe you bring the hands off the ground all the way. Up to you. Make sure you're breathing fully. Concentrating on your pose. Concentrating on your internal relationship to the pose. How does it feel? It's a little hard for me to talk in this one, but hey, we're doing it. Got one more breath. And from here, we fold at the hips, legs stay straight, they come over top, toenail sides of the toes on the ground. Straight spine, straight legs, pull in the lower navel. Find a couple breaths here, plow pose. I love plow pose. And whenever you're ready, you bend at the knees. Bring the knees to the temples. Maybe give a little massage if you can reach it. Go both ways on the temples. And if you can, drop your knees down to your ears. Squeeze in maybe for a couple breaths to where you just sort of hear the void. Really hear what's going on. Just having a quick reminder of just hearing your aliveness. All the vibration going on inside your body. You can literally hear it when you close your ears. So find one last breath here. We're going to slowly lower it down. Hands come under the hip bones though. We make our way into fish pose. So we lift the lift the chest up by driving the elbows to the ground and dropping nothing but the crown of the head on the ground. Finding a few breaths here. Such a lovely counter pose to a shoulder stand, that plow pose, all of that flexion and curling in. And you just open it up with this beautiful fish pose. Finding 2 more breaths here. And slowly coming out. Legs straighten out. What we're going to do is straighten out this right leg up above and grab either the shin here. You can always grab the knee, but let's try to grab the shin or the big toe if you're able to. So we're holding this here. And I got a wall beside me, so I'm not going to be able to straighten out my leg. That's usually what I would do. But we have the option. Either you straighten out and fall directly to the right, or you take that knee and you come down to the right. like so. So whatever that groin on the right leg allows you to do right now, we're going to do the same on both sides. But just bring it down, and maybe that left hand to left hip. Try to add a little bit. You're not forcing anything, but you're just aiding into the separation of the left hip and right knee. Finding one more breath here. Just finding some enjoyment listening to all these trucks outside. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but it's just funny. And we're bringing it back to the center. Hug the knee into the heart. And we're switching legs. So left leg comes up, either knee, shin, or big toe. Find a breath or two here. Just pausing. Whenever you're ready, we're bringing it to the side. It's so funny because maybe a year ago or so, I would have been like, quite frankly, a little bit like upset or pissed that all this noise is going on outside. But yeah, I'm just vibing with it right now. So I hope you guys are vibing with it too. Just still enjoying your practice, listening to your breath. There's always going to be distractions going on in life, whether it's at your house right now or mine. There's always going to be something. Just go with the flow. Bring it back to the center. We're going to hug this knee into the heart. And then drop it down. So we're going to come into our Shavasana, but for you men out there who have tight groins, I want you to come into a reclined butterfly for our ending pose. So it gives us this nice groin stretch, but if this is too intense, you can bring blocks under your knees to make it less intense, or you can straighten out your legs a little bit. Both of those just bring a little bit of ease to the pose. But the closer your heels are to your butt, the more intense this pose will be. So once you get there, we're just going to find some stomach breathing together. So bring both hands to the belly button. And all we're going to do is find 7-second breaths in, 7-second breaths out. We're going to do 3 rounds together just to really sync our breaths together, get on the same wavelength as we in today's class. So let's first just sync our breaths together with a big inhale. And exhale, maybe out the mouth. Round 1, slow it down. Inhale into the stomach for 7. And then exhale for 7. Round 2, inhaling for 7. Doing your best to just inhale through the stomach. And exhale for 7. Just showing that control of your diaphragm, breathing where you want to. One last big breath into the stomach for 7. Exhale for 7. And at the bottom of the exhale, just bring your hands to your sides. Enjoying your breath here, your natural breath. And just feeling wherever you're most tight at before this class, just seeing if there's any difference at all. Even if there's not much of a difference, just trying to notice the different sensations going on in the body. Because you definitely just put in a lot of effort, a lot of movement. You know, and all of this is just self-care. So if you really enjoyed this flow, I would love to have you back for some more. There's going to be more, following up flows for this yoga for men, because I have noticed there's been big differences between my very flexible ladies in my class and then some of my tight, maybe, gym rat men, just like, they're tight, we just have different things going on, that's all. But it's all part of the game, and I love it. So I'm here for you. Be ready for part 2 very soon. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, namaste.